Oasis today alongside Oasis. It's Blur's Country House.
It's been described as the British Heavyweight Pop Music Championship. In one corner, 4 young middle-class men from the south of England, collectively known as Blur, and in the other corner, 5 young working-class men from Manchester, called Oasis. They're the 2 most popular bands in Britain, having sold millions of records, and they're currently engaged in a chart war that set the music industry alight.
We are now in the golden era again of British pop music. But these are 2 groups, Oasis and Blur, who actually formed on the indie circuit, who have grown more and more popular through just playing lots and lots of gigs around the country, and who have now crossed right over to the public at large, and they're duking it out to see who is the biggest.
He's got morning glory and life's a different story. Everything's going Jack and Jory.
There's little love lost between the 2 groups, who view each other with derision. This could be dismissed as pure hype to boost record sales, but at times the put-downs have been less than friendly.
Basically, we released a single on the same day because it was either that or a punch-up. And we thought there'd be less bloodshed.
We've got to get through this next single release before one of us isn't going to be talking to the other after it.
The last major chart war between 2 British bands involved the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, but their rivalry was good-natured, even down to staggering the release times of their singles to give the other a chance to be at number 1. There's a long way to go before Oasis and Blur acquire musical reputations on a par with Lennon and Jagger, but acquiring next week's number 1 spot could be a step in the right direction. Clive Myrie, BBC News.
Well, hello sailor, here's Nick Clark with the sport.
Crusty old sea dog if you don't...
Competition. From 200 miles up the M6, bad boys Oasis are also launching their latest song today. Not since the Rolling Stones took on the Beatles has there been such a serious rock and roll rivalry. Blur have always played up their cheeky Londoner image, while Oasis revel in being seen as northern hard men. Blur support Chelsea, whereas Oasis are fans of Manchester City. And Blur nicknamed Oasis Oasis Quo because they say their songs all sound the same. Oasis say Blur are a bunch of middle-class art students.
Both bands have really upped the stakes, and someone's going to come out on top and someone's going to come out second. And you know, by the very nature of being in a band, you're always quite competitive.
New single from Blur.
Record shops are enjoying playing up the rivalry. After all, it's great for sales, and the public seem to like picking their favourites.
Oasis is a bit too heavy for me, a bit too samey.
The Blur one's more bouncy, catchy, more thought put into it, better song altogether.
Well, I've just spoken to the salespeople here, and so far Blur are in the lead. Apparently they've sold 1/3 more singles than Oasis.
The result of the contest will come on Sunday when the week's number 1 is announced. The only thing people seem sure of is that it'll no longer be Take That. This is Paul Moss for London Tonight.